What's up, beautiful people? It says Jibre. Welcome to Brand Media Creatives. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing by clicking on that red subscribe button. My name is Brian. You can get me on Instagram as says Jibre254 and find me on Facebook as Brian on Twitter. So today we're gonna talk about the life of living in a shared accommodation in Qatar. Perhaps hata si Qatar peke yake, but like generally moving out of your country, you're going to experience this kind of life where you live in a shared accommodation. This is like being put in a room, 3 people, and this is mostly being given by the company. But after, even if you're going to really rent outside, because of the huge rent costs, you're really going to meet people, you combine together for you to get a place to stay. That means that you're really going to share this apartment. Well, so what challenges or what benefits or what is the effect of this, like sharing accommodation in a place totally away from home? The first thing, mnakutana na watu totally different that you don't really know, different culture, different way of life, and almost different in everything. And this really comes to be a really challenge a lot of people are experiencing. The challenge kubwa sana, like the way they believe, the kind of food that they eat, the kind of life that they live, the kind of things that they do, and the kind of behavior, even dresses becoming quite very different. And we're gonna talk about this, like sharing my own experience from what I know or what I've experienced over these past years, where really I've stayed away from home and I've got this opportunity of sharing accommodation with people totally from different places. So like the challenge comes in when you really want that privacy, you will forget about it. As long as you're going to stay away from home, that personal privacy, you're going to forget about it. Where you see, like, you have a room, okay, you share like a kitchen, you share a bathroom, and you're few in a room, maybe 3 or 4, and you get like, you have that time of yourself. You can't really have it. Somebody's sleeping here, you're there, you really have to sleep with him. You don't have any excuse for that. You really have to be there with him. So napata, like, you want to do your personal things or you want to do your private things, but there is no that time. And also you can focus or experience a lot of embarrassment. To say, like, suddenly you get to be yourself in a room, then you maybe after shower, you're like making up yourself, like unajiva, then suddenly you were either naked or at sudden maybe you look like, okay, nobody's going to come up at this time of the time, then you naked, you unajipaka mafuta, or you're wearing your clothes, then somebody bumps in and it becomes very embarrassment. Of course, people believe different in these things. Like for me, I don't like it. People see me naked after counting same gender. I don't really prefer it. The other thing comes with the way of food that they eat. You see, like the way of food, like you want to cook, but somebody's cooking. You see these things, you want to do this, somebody's doing this. You even things become very hard. Or like there's some kind of food that gives you allergy, but for him, it goes quite good with it. So you can't stop him. You can't really stop him. You have to really adjust yourself and learn to live with it. Becoming very difficult. Honestly, it is hard. Then there is this part of it, like we say, like there are some ointments and oil and sprays or the perfume that really you don't go well with them. But for him, it's really comfortable with him. So like when he sprays in that same environment that you're living with, for me, like I have a lot of allergies, although I thank God, like the people I live don't choose those strong perfume, but I believe, like, what if I get myself into some strong, people use these strong perfumes when you don't have nothing to do it, so it's really going to affect you lonely and nobody's going to care about it. You see, this becomes a very challenge. I can tell you, like, in other places you get, like, they live almost 12 people in a room. You're there, sleeping becomes almost very difficult. That time that, like, you're from work, some people are sleeping before even you finish sleep. People are going to work, they have to wake up, they have to do this and that. You see, these kind of challenges are really common. These kind of challenges are really common when it comes to sharing of accommodation. Another challenge that I want to talk about is the way you're going to organize yourself, because living as a people or as a group of people in a place, you really have to organize yourself when it comes to cleaning, when it comes to maintaining the general hygiene of that place. So it becomes very hard for you, even to, if you get people who don't figure out the way you think, it becomes very hard to put their minds together, because these are people from different calibers. with total different opinions, with total different kind of thoughts. So it becomes very hard for you to put their minds together to reach into a common agreement. And there is nothing, literally nothing that you're going to do. So normally how it happens, like in Qatar, Dubai, when this were Europe countries, you get like a company gives you one house. You either sleep three in a room or four in a room. Some go extent of sleeping even 10 in a big room. So you only share these washrooms and the kitchen. So you get like at an extreme. I have some friends who live almost 12 in a room, so you can't even have that space to cook alone, so you have to conjoin, or you really try have to join some people, like a group of 3 or 4. You'll be cooking together. That becomes hard. There is a time you don't feel to cook, but you have to contribute this money for either cooking, for water. You see these things that you really, okay, I can say like it was very like lucky for me to get at least a few number of people where I get my own privacy and really do my things on my own. But I believe like if you get that a place that you are so much squeezed up in this area, it becomes a very big challenge. So like that is how it is. That is the life that you should expect if you're really planning to come over here to the Middle East or in any other places in the world, like outside your country. Unless you have a big job and unless you have a big life and you've really worked hard, this is going to be an history and you're going to have a very good life here. But I believe if you will come as a starter, starting in life and doing everything, it is really going to be a crazy moment with you. And I believe that with time you adjust with these things, and yeah, it becomes easy and smooth in life. So welcome to Middle East and welcome to the world. Yeah, that is the real time of being called people from where diaspora. Yeah, thank you so much. That's my time as Chipray. I really appreciate for watching my video. A thumbs up, comment in the comment section below and tell me your worst experience living in a shared accommodation. Thank you so much. I really appreciate for your time. Subscribe to our channel and join us Chipray community and Bra Media Creatives. I really appreciate. Thank you.